See, the problem is so many of you. The problem is so many of you think that you have a right to feel down, or that you have a right to feel sorry for yourself, that somehow because of your circumstances, because of what you've been through, because of the things you've experienced, because of what's happened to you, that gives you a free pass from dealing with life, from moving forward in life. And you essentially said, you know what, I want to be I'm gonna be a victim forever, right? Just about 2 weeks ago, I was meeting with a young man. Man, he had it pretty rough, right? Like, we can all identify with him. Where he came from, the experiences that he had. Man, it was real. It was real pain. It was real things that he had experienced. And so we were talking, and man, I was just telling you, listen, man, I understand where you're coming from. Just trying to encourage him, trying to build him up. And y'all know, y'all been there. You've been there. You've seen it. You felt that way, right? And so in the midst of us talking, he's like, yeah, I hear all that positive stuff, Sap. I hear all that positive stuff, Sap. But man, let me tell you something, man. Like, you know what I'm supposed to do, everything just bad. Nobody believe in me. Life is hard. Like, I'm hurting and I'm sad. And it was going on and on about all the problems that he was having. And he basically gave me a rebuttal to every positive thing that I said I saw in him, or every positive thing that I said I believed about him. He had a rebuttal. He came back and said, yeah, but, right? Every single time he was like, yeah, but I understand, but this, yeah, I understand, but my mom, right, it's hard. Yeah, but I understand, but when I age out, it's gonna be this going on. And I was listening for a second, man, and I'll be honest, I got upset. I looked at him and I was like, look, what you don't understand, man, is that nobody cares. Like, nobody cares, right? Like, nobody's fixing to be walking around here feeling sorry for you for the rest of your life about where you came from, or what you've been through, or what's going on. And ain't nobody just fixing to sit here and be holding your hand for the rest of your life just so you can decide to feel better about yourself. Because you know what? People can't make you feel better about you. You got to decide that you're going to feel better about you because you want to feel better about you. And that's what it boils down to. And I'm trying to get them to understand. I'm like, look, man, listen. I understand all that you've been through. I understand all that you've experienced, and it's real. It hurts, it's painful, and it's bad stuff, right? Like, I get that. But what you don't understand is that you see that everything that you've been through, you think it's a liability. I'm trying to tell you it's an asset, right? All of your experiences, the painful things, the shameful things, everybody who's mistreated you, every bad experiences, I don't care what they are, stop thinking about those things as a liability and understand that it could be those very experiences that you've had, the very things that you've been through, all of the things that you felt like were going to hurt you, were going to hold you back, were going to keep you down, made you sad, kept you up crying at night, that made you feel like that you can accomplish anything. Instead of seeing those things as a liability, maybe change your mindset and realize that those things are assets. I don't know where I would be in my life without my life experiences, without the things that I've had to overcome. And that's all a part of this journey. The good, the bad, the sad, the ugly, the joyful. All of those things make you who you are. You are not a victim, right? You are not walking around here powerless. You got a choice. How you gonna feel? What you gonna think? What are you gonna do with the things that have happened to you to use to propel you forward? Or are you gonna use them as an anchor holding you down? They're gonna be one or the other. They're going to propel you forward, and they're going to be the steps that you build on as you move towards whatever your idea of success is, or they're going to be the excuse you use as to why you don't accomplish anything with your life. And you know what? Everybody's gonna let you make that excuse. And people will look and say, oh, well, he had it pretty rough. Or she had it pretty rough. She's been through a lot of things. It's just so sad what happened to her. It's just so terrible what they had to go through. But I'm telling you right now, where's that gonna get you? Huh? Now listen. I'm not saying pretend like nothing happened, right? I'm not saying that. I would never say that, right? You gotta address whatever it is that you've been through. Get the help that you need, deal with it, but you gotta move forward. Because when you 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, can't be walking around with this sob story about your life, about what you've been through, about who didn't do what for you, about who didn't give you anything, or who never gave you a chance. You got to use what you've been through to get you to where you want to go to. And that's life. And that's what we've been dealt, and that's what you got to do. Now, I'm telling you this, man. I'm telling you because I care about you. I'm telling you because I love you, and I'm telling you because I lived it. Right? I ain't telling you something I ain't had to go through myself. Right? This is me just standing up here on my high horse making it up. I'm telling you right now, I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what experiences you've had. I don't care what you felt like has held you back. Those things, all of those things, everybody in here has been through something. Some of us are going to choose to use those things as steps. Others of us are going to choose to use those things as anchors. But that's your choice. Nobody can make that choice for you. Nobody. You make that choice for you alone. Do you see your circumstances as a liability, or do you see your circumstances as an asset? For me, everything I've been through has been an asset. My father dying, nearly being murdered twice, sleeping on the streets, foster care, homelessness, rape. All of these things that have happened to me, these things have been assets. I ain't like them. I ain't like going through them. But I've used them. I've used them as fuel, right? Choose. You choose. Are your circumstances a liability, or are your circumstances going to be an asset? You got to choose that for yourself.